Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back to Stamford Bridge yet again on this most heinous of days when the criminals in the colonies unjustly rejected the rule of the British Crown.
I think it's tomorrow, actually.
Is it tomorrow? God damn it. I want it to be today.
I'm afraid it's tomorrow.
God damn it, my radio lied to me. I'm easily impressed by things I hear on the news. And you told me it was 4th of July today, and I believed it all today, and then you have to destroy it to me. Why?
It's just the 3rd, I'm afraid, so bad news.
But I don't like reality, especially not when it conflicts with my own perceived reality.
Well, who does? I mean, who among us hasn't decided that actually the world isn't controlled by a paedophile cabal, and yes, I will pay my taxes this year.
And to be fair, I am not alone on this, okay? A recent study found that for the first time ever, the majority of people are getting their news from social media.
Yeah, well, where else were you going to get it?
Good question.
It's just quicker and often more honest than the TV. Because, I mean, like, there's just no agenda when someone's posting something. Like, there is an agenda, but there's no top-down editorial control. And so, when you get to see the conspiracy theories on every side, and then slowly but surely the facts of the matter get pieced together, and the actual narrative is sprung from it. And so you actually see the full picture, even as messy as it is, as a process, honestly, right? Like, what did they think democracy was? Fucking papers, essays, vibes? No, it's loads of people posting a load of fucking fake news until whatever's real actually sticks. That's what democracy is.
On the bright side, too, okay, I remember way back in the day of the Gamergate days, there was an interview between Total Biscuit, may he rest in peace, and the editor-in-chief of Kotaku.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, because they said something in there where it was like, okay, we don't want to have a perfectly neutral website. We want instead to have a website with a lot of opinions and a lot of ideas, but you'll get to know the people writing, and so you'll understand their biases.
Welcome to Twitter.
Didn't work out well for Kotaku, mind you. Largely because Kotaku, despite this, largely tried to present itself as a traditional review website. But on Twitter, it's all right there. Click on the dude's profile. If there's a bunch of flags in it with colors in them, there you go.
Yeah, you were warned.
Yes.
Buyer beware. And the thing is, as well, like, this genuinely is the most democratic form of information dispersal. Like, you couldn't get more democratic. And to be honest with you, community notes is genuinely a great way of moderating it as well.
Oh yeah, I love the community notes. They are a genuinely excellent feature that somehow haven't been abused yet, which I'm frankly stunned by.
It's really interesting, isn't it? And the fact they're so good that Facebook is rolling them out now as well. It's like, yeah, this was a genuinely good idea.
Yeah, it's a fantastic idea. It has worked incredibly well, and all of the naysayers who was like, oh, but the left will immediately weaponize it, they've kind of tried, but the problem is there's actually a check and balance in place, so you will see the fact-checkers fact-checking right-wingers, it will fact-check left-wingers, it will fact-check just random idiot posts going like, oh, hey, I found a strange sea creature. No, that's AI, fuck you.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, because now the left has no monopoly on Twitter, it actually can't be abused because it requires an ideological monopoly. And all of this requires an ideological monopoly. If you have a platform when there is no ideological monopoly, actually it works exactly as intended.
And when the competition in the mainstream media says things like this right here.
And for those of us who go all the way back to the United States to kill 250 million people in 2 days in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Jesus Christ! The size of those nuclear bombs! Fucking hell! 90% of Japan. No, in fact, Japan's only 126 million people. So, like, half of China's gone as well.
Yeah, they didn't just kill the Japanese. They resurrected them and killed them again, because that's only the way you get those numbers.
Yeah, that is. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, don't fuck with the United States, I guess. You know.
Yep.
If they can drop bombs that can kill 250 million people, time to surrender.
Yep. They can kill your ass, bring you back to life, just to kill you again.
Yeah, literally.
That's fucking
Kill you
spite.
and the spirits.
So yeah, with news like these, it's not weird that more and more people are just like, nah, I'm just gonna go to Twitter, bro.
But there we are, community notes coming in clutch, as the
Yep.
Zoomers would say. It's like, no, retard. I mean,
to be-
250,000 people is still quite a lot, though. Don't get me wrong.
True. Like, to be fair, he might have misspoken because the real number estimated were like 250,000.
Yeah.
So maybe he just slapped on 1 million, one of those brain fart moments. But
Sure, and we've all been there, and you know what? I can forgive it. You know, whatever.
oh yeah, I have
Everyone
listened
thinks.
back to videos where I'm like, I didn't say that. Watch on
Yeah,
the video.
you know, I've had exactly. The other day, I said pro. What did I say? I said something. And it was just such a trivial mistake, and I was like, "Did I say that?" And it just, you know, when you're in the middle of a flow, it just kind of you get it wrong sometimes. It just happens.
Yep. Although I will also say that this does not look like the most balanced individual.
Well, that's what's his name? I know who that is. I can't remember his fucking name. Is it Cornel West?
I don't know. He just looks mad to me.
Let me quickly Google. I think it's Cornel West. Yeah, he's quote unquote an American philosopher.
Ah, an American philosopher. That's a
Yeah.
warning sign.
The best kind of philosopher. By the way, let me talk to you about race and slavery. Oh, fuck's sake. Thank you, American philosophy. But yeah, he's Cornel West. He's a very famous race hustler.
Ah.
His entire career is race hustling. So I'm not terribly surprised that he's full of shit on this issue.
Although, this isn't an isolated incident either. So,
No.
there's heat waves in Europe now, and as usual, we paint the map deep, dark red when this happens.
No. This is just a satellite image of the world that we live in, of Europe. And as you can see, Spain and Central Europe have just essentially turned to magma at this point. Everywhere else is just on fire, but the rock is melting in Europe at this point.
Can I smell your feet?
And on Norwegian news, there was a woman that explained why this was happening. So the newscaster is like, okay, why is Europe warmer than everywhere else? What's happening in Europe? And she's like, well, you see,
Heresy's the question.
the Europe is
Fire
closer
is
to
the
the
answer.
Antarctic, where the ice is melting.
What?
Yes,
What?
that was her words on the fucking news.
Europe is closer to the Antarctic, and so
Yes.
for some reason we're warmer than everyone else.
Yes,
I mean,
because
the
the
thing
ice is melting.
We're not like warmer than everywhere else. That's the thing. Like the heat. Don't get me wrong, it's warm, but that's because it's summer.
Yes, it's summer. It's
It
hot
does this
outside.
every year. It's done this every year of my life since I was a child.
Oh, literally. You can go back pretty much as far as recorded history, and you will find that every summer it gets
Heresy's
warm,
the question. Fire is the answer.
which may sound surprising.
In fact, this was such a reliable thing that ancient armies only used to go campaigning for about half of the year when it was warm.
Yeah, and there are, like, okay, we can go back to periods where it's actually worse, like significantly worse.
Yeah.
There was a period, okay, let's see. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, the
Okay.
medieval warm period.
Yeah, so this one, 1540, it hit 40 degrees Celsius, and this lasted for 11 months of heat waves.
Trick or treat.
Climate change, mate.
Can I
Yeah,
smell
climate
your
change.
feet?
The Europe just boiled because the ice caps were melting in 1540.
Industrialization.
And you can see, then they go, oh, but global warming isn't just heating up, it's extreme weather. I remember reading an article recently about a period in England where it rained for over a year. Like, not consistently, but like it rained for 2 days, then it stopped for a day, then it rained for 2 or 3 days again, then it stopped for a day. The English were holding masses in church, like, God, please fucking stop.
People think it's a stereotype that it rains too much here.
This has been happening for so goddamn fucking long, and yet every year you hear like, oh, it's the hottest summer on record, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, you can't actually deny climate change on YouTube, so...
right, no, the climate is changing. I withdraw.
Yeah, I agree that it's changing, and also you can't deny that it's man-made or man-caused. So I also consent to that, YouTube, because you fucking forced me to.
What did the people in 1540 do?
Well, mate, honestly, man-made.
Cow farts.
Yeah, I was literally about to say too many cow farts.
There you go. All right, we've puzzled it out. Cow farts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the point is, the news is shit. So more and more people getting their news from social media is hardly surprising.
No, it's exactly what you'd expect.
Plus, on social media, you'll get more fun news and just reports from the people themselves. Like, for example, it's time to reset the clock again.
Yeah, we covered this on the podcast the other day. It's always the person you most suspect. Can't believe the founder of Pride has gone to jail for 30 years, or 13 years, sorry, for raping a 12-year-old.
Oh, actually, the Community Note steps in yet again. 24 years in prison, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
God bless Community Notes. You thought that pedo wasn't getting a proper punishment. Turns out he is.
You thought this was Austria, where they got off with a warning, but no.
But no, the thing is,
Behold his skin color.
No. We are weirdly permissive when it comes to nonsense a lot of the time as well. So it's not like we have got any room at all to fucking talk.
Well, at least this time, justice was served.
Well, almost, but yeah, close enough.
It's nice to see on occasion.
Yeah. I honestly, I'm at the point now where violent criminals need pain. They just need flogging. Yeah, the punishment has to be retributive. It has to be painful. It has to involve suffering on their part to recompense the suffering they extracted out of someone else. Frankly, I'm 100% on that bandwagon at this point. I'm like, yep, no, flog, absolutely flog.
Well, okay. Now, there's an entire debate here. So there are, on the one hand, in certain situations, in certain countries, in certain prison systems, it seems hopeless to the point where only a harsher punishment could possibly suffice.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, there is the Norwegian prison to consider.
I hate it. I hate Norwegian prisons. I bet Swedish prisons are exactly the same.
Close. They're slightly worse, but they're basically comparable, yes.
Yeah. Anders Breivik is currently chilling, playing Mario 64 or something. And it's like, this is not justice, man.
Oh, no, not a 64. He has a PlayStation 2.
Oh, fuck's sake. Of course he does.
Yes.
So, like, the point is, that's not justice.
In fact, so Anders Breivik, which is the worst criminal in Norway's history, pretty much.
By a long way.
He lives in a 3-room apartment.
Fucking hell, man. Like, how is it you kill a bunch of kids and you're like, yeah, you get paid to live here forever now, courtesy of the Norwegian state?
Yep, absolutely. So he has, of course, a main room. He is allowed to own a laptop.
Trick or treat.
Does he have internet access?
I don't believe he has internet access. No.
Oh, oppression.
Yes.
What about his human rights, Arch?
Well, actually, you say that. He sued
I
the
know.
Norwegian government because they denied him access to a PlayStation 3.
My human right to a PlayStation 3. Holy fuck, man. Any mass murderer should just get fucking hanged. It's literally that simple.
He also has his own exercise room, of course, because he's got to, stay fit, etc.
Well, yeah, of course.
And he
Is
has
he
a
ever
little
due to
living
be
room.
released? Is he
No.
due to be released at some point?
No, because in Norway we have a system called forvaring, which means that you get the original punishment, which is so and so many years, and after that period, the court then convenes to decide if you should be released or not, and if they decide not, they can keep you locked up for another 5 years, and this can go on indefinitely.
Right.
So theoretically, he's in there forever until we have a properly sudden turn on the political spectrum.
Well, yeah. But, okay, then why not just kill him?
Well, because that would be inhumane.
Exactly, right? It's like, but you're gonna keep him there until he's dead.
Oh yeah, we have already spent. We built this part of the prison specifically for him. We have spent millions on this man, and we will continue to spend millions on this man for decades to come.
It drives me mad.
But the flip side is, so despite the
what's the positive?
despite the softness of our prison system,
Yeah.
it actually has one of the highest non-offending rates in the world. Like when people get out of prison, they usually stay out of prison.
Yeah, okay, right. But this is like saying I had a really aggressive dog and it killed my neighbor's dog. And so I just started feeding it the best dog food all day, every day. And it got really lazy and complacent. And now it doesn't kill anything. It just sits around, enjoying the sunshine and being full. And it's like, okay, all right, right. Fucking first things first. That's bad, right? It's not good that you should get rewarded for being a terrible person, right? Secondly, there's something spiritually wrong with what Norway is doing here, right? Because, there is a kind of platonic form that the thing existed and inhabited, right? Mental serial killer. Okay, right. Mental serial killer, mass murderer, right? Okay, there's something kind of Nietzschean about it, right? And the right conclusion to the story is that it meets with an early death, an early and deserved death, because of the actions they've taken to fill the form, have created a kind of conceptual moral structure in the metaphysical reality of our countries, right? And what liberalism is doing here, this is typical of liberalism, completely, if we can just make him harmless, then that's as good as bringing justice. And it's like, no, I don't fucking agree, because you're not allowing the story of the crime to resolve itself properly, right? So the form is no longer filled, but that doesn't mean that the person doesn't carry the guilt of what they did. So no, they should just be, as the evil mass murderer, that they are, and the just society should put their head on a chopping block and just thunk.
But Sargon, my human rights.
Exactly. Fuck his human rights.
See, I see what you're saying. Cosmic justice. I get it.
Yeah.
At the same time, feeding the dog a lot of children does prevent it eating other children. Provably so.
Yes, yeah, that's the problem with utilitarianism.
And if
It's
we
not a
keep
moral
doing
system.
this for long enough, eventually we have a population with virtually no crimes until, we start immigrating more people, but details.
Yes, but the kind of people you have are also disgusting and unable to achieve glory or a kind of higher self, right? There's nothing transcendent. That Norwegian guy who first got to the South Pole before the British?
Yes. Leif Erikson?
Yeah,
Nansen?
you told me.
Nansen.
But you still producing men like that?
Some of them are crazy enough to walk long distances, but
Yeah, but you got to think about it, right?
yes.
You know, it's like, and it's the same in Britain, man. Like the British Empire, you can say whatever you like about it, but the quality of man who was in charge of the British Empire was very high, and everyone accepts that the British produced very high quality people. We are not those people now. You can look at our parliament. Our parliament's filled with retards, like absolutely stuffed to the gills with absolute, just literal tards. You know, like, and the women who are crying in parliament basically, and it's just like, what are we doing? You know, I would rather be producing those fucking epic men who do epic things and then actually bring punishment to the people who deserve it, rather than making everyone just really fat and not and they're not dangerous because they're passive and incapable, not because they choose not to be dangerous. You know, Jordan Peterson's point here, or it's Nietzsche's point really, but through the mouth of Jordan Peterson, like Nietzsche is absolutely right about this. You are just harmless. The hawk is no longer a hawk. It's now a lamb. And it's like, okay, well, the lamb can be like, yeah, I didn't like the hawks. So, well, obviously the lamb thinks that, but the hawk was very happy being the fucking hawk. And we're like, yeah, well, you just can't be a hawk anymore. It's like, fuck off, man. There's something about the greatness of humanity is being lost here. And part of the greatness of humanity is danger. Right? Yeah, you produce, as many great men as you produce as many bad men. And that's why we have the fucking death penalty. Yeah, we'll kill the bad men. We'll just kill them off to make sure they don't reproduce, to make sure this isn't something that proliferates in society. But by innovating the country and the people to the point where we don't produce the bad men, we're also not producing the great men. And that's bad. And you know I'm right.
Well, we'll have to try it out for a few hundred years to know for sure, but
we're already on the path. We're already on the path. You can feel it. You can see it. We're already arriving at that point. Like, for example, are your parliamentarians incredibly competent?
Not necessarily so, no.
Right. Great. Neither of ours. Like, ours are in fact complete shit. Why is it everyone's rulers are shit at this point? Like, that's actually not how it should be, right? Actually, it shouldn't be that everyone in charge of the country is shit.
Well, largely because it doesn't even attract the correct people anymore. Like, leaders used to become leaders either through a desire to lead, a thirst for power, which is in and of itself at least an ambition.
I have lost.
Now, the primary encouraging factor for becoming a politician is a steady paycheck.
Yeah.
Which does not produce the best individuals.
No. And it, the education system isn't producing the best individuals. The incentive system is set up to prevent the best individuals from getting to where we want them to be because of the fear of the bad men who it also produces. And it's like, look, you've got to accept the rough with the smooth.
And there's also something to be said about the weakness of the individual in the Western world when it comes to societal levels, right? A lot of things have been said about the desire for women to practically burn civilization and then sleep with the conqueror, in essence.
Yeah.
And there was a near uniquely ridiculous example of this last year. So, this wasn't in Norway, thank God. At least we spare ourselves some humiliation. But this is a story where a Swedish female police officer slept with a underage illegal immigrant who then managed to get her to feed him confidential information on police investigations, which allowed him to cover up the tracks of his own grooming gang and also gain information on rival gangs, which led to assassinations and bombings. Because he managed to seduce a blonde, attractive, relatively, female police officer who... think about the levels of betrayal here, right?
Yeah.
So you have the official betrayal as a officer of the law. You betray that to feed information to a criminal organization. You have the spiritual betrayal of abandoning all responsibility for your office, your position, your nation, etc., to feed information to terrorists. Yes.
Yep.
Not to mention the level of, as a woman as well, to go like, oh no, I am going to choose the worst person I can think of, a literal rapist criminal, to go with. Yeah. Like,
it's kind of unfathomable, really, isn't it? Like,
it is. It's the kind of shit you'd expect to see in racial fetish pornography.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hentai plot.
Yeah, and it is. I'm honestly at the point where, like, when the Muslims take over, I'm just going to convert. I'm going to be like, look, I didn't want this, but you made this happen.
Service guarantee.
So now I'm a Sharia enforcer, and guess who's getting the lash?
Yep. And I love the coverage of this case too. It's like, so here it says, people risk losing faith in the nation, in the community. Like, oh.
Risk losing faith, do they?
Are we not there yet?
Yeah. What more would need to be done?
Yes. Please tell me, what else do we need? I want people to lose faith faster. If this doesn't somehow manage to knock out the last bit of faith you have in the police, what will you require? Please, I'll get on it.
Honestly, it's the same with like female prison guards and female teachers. I just don't think women should be police. Women just shouldn't have authority over men, is basically how it is. Because, like, you've seen every day, right, that there's some, like, 21-year-old teacher is sleeping with or molesting like 14-year-old, 15-year-old student, and she is a fucking babe. And it's like, the fuck is happening here?
Well, okay, so what I think it is, I think it is literally just like fetish material for them. Like, this is something that turns them on, whether it be to the power or because of they're just literal pedophiles, etc. And a man thinks to himself, I have no special protection. If I get caught doing this, I'm going to get castrated.
Get that picture up that I've just sent you. I've just sent you a picture of it. It's a little collage of teachers in America who have molested their children, their students, right? And it's just like, fucking hell.
Well, the reason why is because they think they get away with it. Attractive women think they get away with just about everything. And they don't stop to think about the consequences. They don't stop to think about what would happen if they get caught. They don't stop to think about if it's illegal. They'll come up with 1,000 different justifications for why it isn't a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. But, like, why is it not the ugly ones?
Because they think more like men. An ugly woman is far more lacking in confidence than a beautiful one. An ugly woman is going to think like the man. I'm going to get caught. He's going to rat on me. This chick doesn't think she's going to get betrayed.
But why do they want 15-year-old boys?
Preference, fetish, power over someone.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's like, these women could basically get anyone they wanted, right? And, basically any guy in the real world, they could probably have him. Like, they see like a rich, handsome guy at a bar, they could go up and start flirting with him. He'd be into it.
That might also be part of it, though, because this is the same reason why Epstein's Island exists. When you can have anything, you want what you can't have.
Maybe. Like I said, I have no fucking idea. And I've racked my brains over this as well. Because I'm just like, okay, why are they doing it? Like women don't tend to go for younger guys generally, right? Because being a younger man is not normally a very attractive trait to a woman who's older than you.
Well, again, like I said, I think it's probably partially the taboo or simply just fetish, power, dominance.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying, right, is whenever I see this, the boomer in me comes out, and it's just like, fuck's sake.
Well, it was the same here too. Like the Swedish police officer, the person she was with was an underage immigrant.
Fucking, of course he was.
There's-
What is going on, man?
There is definitely some sort of power trip aspect in there.
I mean, at least I can understand when it's a female prison guard sleeping with a male prisoner, right? I can understand it. Like, you know, the bad boy is more attractive. This is literally a fucking murderer or something. You know, I can see why you would find that attractive, you know? Like, but like a 15-year-old boy, like, what are you doing?
Yep.
But this is why, literally, these women should not have any authority over young men. And honestly, it goes the same way, right? Like, male teachers shouldn't be teaching girls. Like, I'm sorry, I've definitely come down to segregation of the sexes at this point when it comes to schooling. And the thing is, right, it's that we've got the numbers; they're all in. We know that it's actually better for the children when we do this, like educationally. They get better grades, markedly better grades, when you have sex segregated schools.
Interesting.
I've got the numbers if you want me to find them. I'll dig them up. Right, because it's actually really significant as well.
Oh, it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, well, right, because obviously boys and girls being different, learn in different ways. Being different, so it's just like different ways. Being different. So
It's done now. It's just kick. I clicked the kick tab by accident. And do go watch us on Kick, by the way, chat. Kick is good.
Oh, do we use Kick, do we?
Yes. Oh, positions of power. Women don't seem fit for them, especially not when it comes to proper power like law enforcement. It seems to be asking for trouble.
No. It's fine for women to have power over other women, right? And good. And honestly, like, you know, the young girls do often have crushes on their male teachers, right? And so an unscrupulous male teacher will take advantage of that. So should be prevented.
I wonder what the ratio between men and women taking advantage of their students is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Right, okay, I think I found.
Let's see.
Right, yeah, right. So I've got the numbers here, right? So in Britain, we do something called Attainment 8, which is an average of scores from all of the various GCSEs and whatnot you do, right? School. And the perfect score on the system is 90, but obviously no one gets 90 on the system, on the score. And the average for girls and boys in mixed sex schools is 51 for girls and 47 for boys, right? But in single sex schools, the girls' average goes up to 62 and the boys' average goes up to 60, right? So the girls gain 11 points on the Attainment 8 grading scale and boys gain 13 points.
That is massive.
Huge. Absolutely huge. It's a fifth higher for both respectively. And it's like, so we are actually retarding the education of our boys and girls by saying, oh, well, they all have to be in the same schools, you know, like liberalism. Because if you go back 100 years, it was traditional to have sex segregated schools for all manner of reasons, you know, propriety and their educational attainment. And so, no, we've gone fully liberal now, so we're going to have co-ed schools. And that's not working out because everyone's becoming dumber and we're getting a load of fucking weird female pedo rapists in the schools, apparently.
So, from just a quick Google search, so take the results with a pinch of salt, but majoritively males who commit sexual assault. But more interestingly, 10% of the high school population will be sexually assaulted before graduation.
Jesus Christ.
I know!
What, by the
1 in
teachers?
10. Yes.
Fucking hell.
That is a bit of a problem.
Christ. Maybe mixed sex schools are not actually the best idea in the world.
Yeah, maybe we could cut down on that by at least making sure that they weren't attracted to one another.
Yeah.
That is mildly ridiculous.
Oh, it's fucking preposterous, isn't it?
The school system has failed us. It needs a complete rework from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
It was designed for a very different world. I mean, most of us still use the goddamn Napoleonic system, which worked great in the 1800s, but we've somehow worked a little bit beyond that now.
Oh, in Britain, we've got the Blairite school system now. So it's just pure liberal bullshit. And it's terrible.
I have lost shit.
We've had a lot of super chats flooding already. Thank you very much, everyone. I think we'll go through a bunch of that quick whilst we're still pseudo on the topic.
Just FYI, guys, these are going to fund our projects, so definitely send.
Yep, donate more to get more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, to make sure that we can do stuff.
We've actually got even more Swedish news coming up. We'll also
good.
talk a little bit about Stop Killing Games, because it has cost 1 million signatures, but that might not be enough, because apparently a bunch of scamming has been discovered, like a lot of false signatures, so we'll talk a bit about that too.
Are we going to talk about the massive layoffs as well?
Ooh, so you saw, was it Microsoft?
Oh, it's not just Microsoft. There were others, weren't there?
There might
But yeah,
be.
There was definitely Microsoft. Something like 9,000 people.
Yep, and then they applied for 14,000 H-1B visas.
I have lost shit.
I saw that. Let's see. Let me see
So,
if I can.
according to Wikipedia, 35,000 jobs were lost from 2022 to 2025. 35,000 diversity hires. And then, yeah, the one that came out today. Sorry, we'll go through the super chats and we'll talk about afterwards.
Yep, because that is
That's just unbelievable.
that is pretty big. I mean, this comes on the end of countless purges in entertainment and video games too.
Yeah, but it's really bad at the moment.
Raymond of Raven has been around for 10 months. Archlight, Stop Killing Video Games made it past the 1 million mark. Maybe it did. Charles the Beagle, at least you don't have to put up with July the 12th parade in Northern Ireland, where they actively call for our deaths.
Fucking hell.
Boog, don't touch the American boats. They do get upset when that happens, it's true. Rubber Legs, question of you, Arch. Not sure if you've seen it yet, but the Ready or Not devs have created a stir by telling us they are censoring certain aspects of the game so they can be released on consoles. Your thoughts, sir? Well, on the one hand, I get the developers because they're like, okay, we gotta bring it out to more platforms because we'd like more sales. All right, I get it. But then you're now providing an inferior product because you're censoring it because of that increased sale.
Nature of the beast, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's like if the consoles are like, yeah, we don't want that, you don't really have a choice.
It feels like didn't we used to release like unique editions for games on
Here's the
consoles back
question.
in the day?
Fire is the answer.
Probably.
Like, it feels like the preferred solution would just be like, oh yeah, this is the console game. It's censored to fuck, but you can still play on PC. I guess it would mess with patching or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, it gay, obviously, but like, what can you do? You know, it's just the way they run their business.
Boog, American proportional response is terrifying.
That's 250 million down.
That's true, yeah.
That'll teach you for Pearl Harbor.
You bummed our boat. I killed your granddad, then I revived him and killed him again. With the same bomb. To be fair, like The Japanese brought it on themselves, okay? I'm victim blaming here. Fuck you. The Japanese had plans to, I shit you not, arm the populace with bamboo spears to charge American landing parties on the beaches.
That'd work.
The Americans would have had to kill more Japanese people by invading than by nuking them, frankly.
Yeah.
Yep, the nukes was the correct choice. ArchCast community notes require you pay to play. Leftists don't have money. That isn't from a government organization. Our money. That is a nice disincentive, yes, as we have seen yet again and again with entertainment, that no, the leftists don't have money. They don't buy games. They don't buy movies and TV shows, so. Robleg623, I'm aware that mods should add back the censored models, but I'm still not on board with censorship in the first place. The community is showing it. Yep.
Oh,
no,
obviously, but
calling out censorship and calling it gay is always good. The question is if you can stop it or not. Inquisitor Media, Sargon, Kirshe mentioned she received an invitation to Lotus Eaters, LT, last year, but didn't have an appropriate model at the time. Now that's fixed, is it still open?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised, because you guys only invite people to come to your studios, right?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be weirded out if you'd invited a YouTuber with a model on, but...
But, well, it's not just that. I don't really know who that is, so... I don't... I'm not the only person who does invites or anything, so, you know, it could have been that someone there did. I don't know, basically, is the answer.
Scott the Kilt, Heatwave in Europe, currently laughing in Texan. That's true, at least
Well,
you guys have ACs.
Well, we've got AC over here. Like, I don't know why America thinks that no one has AC. It's just that I guess most houses don't have AC.
Yeah, ACs are still... well, in Norway, we've installed a lot of heat pumps, which can do cooling as well.
Yeah.
But it's not that common with ACs in a lot of Europe, like France, Germany, etc.
And also, our houses are designed to hold heat. Because
Yes.
actually, the winter is... like, summer can be uncomfortable, but winter is deadly. So,
Oh, yeah. Like, my house has, like, 5 to 10 centimeters of insulation in the fucking walls, so...
yeah.
When it gets warm, it stays.
Yeah. So, yeah, our houses are genuinely designed to retain the heat. Because we live in northern climates.
Belial, I went to the hospital to fix a pain in my leg and shoulder. Instead, they pulled the 15 centimeter growth from my scrotum and my ass. And the shoulder still hurts. But I do want to note, doctor is on record for saying I have massive balls.
Glad that he caught it.
I mean, hey, indeed, yeah, they checked.
Yeah. No, good for you. They got it before it fucking got anywhere else, I guess. I mean, honestly, where else could be worse? But
fire is the answer.
Good for him.
You know, like, this is one of the decent things with having, I'm presuming you're from Europe or something, but socialized healthcare. The nice thing with it, the doctors will just test you for everything, and sometimes they'll get lucky, which is nice. It can also do dumb things.
Guarantees citizenship.
Last year, I managed to tweak my back or something, so it hurt like a motherfucker for like 2 weeks. I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? So I go to the doctor, and he looks at me like, I think you might have testicle cancer. I'm like, what?
Fucking hell.
Yes, because my fucking back hurts.
And, were you okay?
Yeah, they sent me off to have a very nice lady x-ray my balls. It's like, yeah, I don't know why he sent you there either, but...
X-ray my balls.
Your nuts look okay, so like, thanks.
Oh, that's a downgrade. So looking amazing yesterday.
So that was the whole thing. God, that freaked me out like crazy. At least on the bright side, in Norway, if they even suspect anything, you get an appointment within 48 hours. So that was nice. I only had to worry for like 48 hours. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, in Britain, you have to wait for months because we've got so many fucking foreigners here, health tourism us.
Oh yeah, like people were dying here of cancer because they couldn't get diagnosed. So now it is legally required that you see the specialist within 48 hours. And I don't know how the fuck the hospitals do it, but they manage somehow.
Oh, good.
Tom and Russell, it's not materialism that led to the advancement of atheism, it's life being easier. Every time times are going good in history, people are quick to build a golden bull. This time just has ourselves as the bull.
No, there is something very different about modern liberal democracies. The metaphysics we operate under are completely unique in history. No one in history didn't believe in some kind of divine force that shaped the universe. We're the first people to truly not believe in something.
Krieger, isn't the reason everyone's freaking out about global warming because we had a mini ice age? I remember a story about how the Thames would actually freeze over in the thousands.
In the Victorian era, yeah, they used to hold ice fairs on the Thames. But we're not allowed to talk about that on YouTube, so there we go.
Yeah, I'm about to say like that's we know this about the ice age, but then
nope. Technically, we're still in an ice age because we have ice caps. The normal state of the Earth is actually not to have any ice on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
For most of Earth's history, it hasn't had ice caps. That's why there are like dinosaur bones at the Antarctic. There's a whole, honestly, like Google like search YouTube for just Antarctic dinosaurs, and you'll find that they used to have, it was temperate. It used to be temperate, so there were giant like coniferous forests and various different kinds of dinosaur. Basically, it's the same sort of climate as Norway is now. So it'd get very cold in the winter, but in the summer it'd be summer.
Worded, it's been getting hotter since 10,000 AD. A few spikes like how the Delaware froze over.
Yep.
Mr. Visit Frenzy, how is it that the descendants of the Vikings have devolved to being so limp-wristed when it comes to punishing their criminals? Excess? Years of homogeneity? Being left alone?
Liberalism.
That too, definitely, yeah.
It's all liberalism, man. Like, we believe that actually these people deserve better.
Reverend North Sargon, have you ever thought of discussing how woke comes out of liberalism with Nick Freitas? Freitas?
I mean, I've spent a lot of time establishing how woke comes out of liberalism, so I don't think I need to do it anymore.
Krieger, Arch, your country's jails are fake and gay. Jail should be a punishment, not summer camp. Well, we literally have summer camp jails. We have an island.
Fucking.
You've heard of Bastille prison, right?
No.
Oh, good. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. Right. Let me show you a picture of a Norwegian jail, then. There you go.
I mean, I have seen pictures of Norwegian jails.
That is a Norwegian jail. This is a Norwegian jail.
I feel like Norway isn't really taking this seriously.
This is the Norwegian jail, Bastøy prison. The prisoners live in their own little houses. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want when they want. There are no rules or regulations. The only regulation is you cannot leave the island. That's it. There's a church. There's a city hall. The guards live alongside the prisoners. This is our prison system.
I hate it.
So when you say summer camp, literally, we have a summer camp for criminals. That exists. I do love the Norwegian prison system. Personally, the punishment I want to see brought back is exile. That's what we need. Fucking exile. I want to have a standard of crime where the judge can just go like, no, I'm sorry, you're Haitian now. Goodbye. That might actually discourage some crimes.
Yeah.
Reverend Norse, have you thought of doing a simple The Philosophical Lineage of Intersectional Woke for Dummies video? I see a great market on that. Most of what you have done so far is a bit too highbrow for many. Targan has no comments on dumbing down his rhetoric.
No. What did I say that was too...
I don't know. According to Reverend Norse, you're speaking two good words.
Well, I don't know what I said. But the point being,
Parents
listen,
is the
just
question.
boil it down to
Fire
this,
is
right?
the answer.
Criminals have to suffer.
But
Can't make it any clearer than that.
by modern standards, isn't being deprived of your smartphone suffering?
I mean, probably, but that's not the reason I want. That's not good enough for me.
Ah, I remember. Okay, so this is another picture from the prison. That is a police officer, female. That is a
Why the fucking
criminal.
female police officers?
Holding a chainsaw.
Just fucking hell! It's so annoying. What? Like, so stupid. She's probably shagged him.
Conceivably, yes. And I just want to contrast this quickly with, let's see here now. Okay, so in Norwegian prisons, the prisoner is holding a chainsaw within 5 feet of the female prison guard. Meanwhile, in England, cutlery
She's probably
companies have
unarmed
come
as
up
well.
with square-tipped knives to prevent stabbings.
Well, you know, you don't want stabbing, do you, Arch?
I fucking love that. The thing is, this does actually demonstrate a degree of my argument. In Norway, this guy would likely never see the inside of a prison again. In England, they're like, God damn, our children are stabbing each other constantly. Fuck. What do we do?
Yeah. Okay, let's
blunt
caveat
the
this with
knives.
quote unquote our children. All right, our quote unquote children are stabbing quote unquote each other. Like this, you know, this isn't a native problem as much as you might think. You know what I mean, right? Like, fucking insufferable.
All I'm saying is we don't have square-tipped knives.
To be fair, we don't either. I mean, like, you know, I've never seen one of these around.
I just fucking love the idea. It's like, oh, okay, there's too much of a knife crime. What do we do? Square tip the knife. Because now it's totally harmless. You couldn't sharpen this down. You couldn't slash somebody with this. No. We've removed the tip. It's harmless now.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, this isn't to deal with British children killing each other. Right. This is to deal with the children of foreigners killing each other because we don't feel like we have any jurisdiction over them. It's literally designed to prevent us from having, like, you know, bad relations with these foreign communities. That's what this is for. And the thing is, obviously, they'll never buy any of these. You know, you can get a normal knife anywhere. They'll never buy any of this. But this is just for the government to say, well, we've done something. So you've done nothing.
I like the blunted knives.
Oh, it's so stupid.
Walking corpse, when you infringe on the rights of others, you forfeit your own rights. Curry.
Yeah. At least when it comes to murder.
Well, in Norway, you gain the right of having a 3-room house. Oh, no, actually, that's not the reward for murder. That's the reward for 72 murders and a bombing. You know, We gotta have a certain standard here. Otherwise, anyone could get it.
And all the female prison guards you can seduce. Just.
I wonder if Breivik has fucked his guards. That's a disturbing thought.
He probably has. But just, I just. Anyway, just bring back the fucking chair.
Anti-federalist pain. Criminal justice properly serves only two purposes. One, get justice for the victim. Two, prevent more victims. If someone can't be trusted to not violate others' rights again, why let them not remove them?
Yeah.
But we can rehabilitate them. We can fix them. We can make them better.
Why would we want to? Why would we want to?
More productive citizens for the economy?
No, I want them gone.
Charles the Beagle, this is a bit off topic, but Ireland has made it a law that everyone is considered an organ donor unless they actively opt out.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
In the first 10 days, 40,000 people opted out. It's because most people aren't even know about this. No,
Yeah,
most people don't
most
have any
people
idea.
won't bother. Yeah.
And that is the part I love, though. Okay, so criminals have all the rights in the world, right? They will be protected, they will be fed, they will be housed, they will be given reform programs, they will be given schooling, training, everything, right?
You are an organ bank.
Yes, exactly. Meanwhile, your insides belong to us.
Yeah, your insides belong to the government. Probably to go to those criminals when they need an organ transplant.
Listen, Ahmed, after having ingested frankly dizzying quantities of fentanyl, needs a new kidney.
That's literally what it boils down to. Yeah. It's just.
Fortunately, your son has died and he didn't opt out, so.
Yeah. But the thing is about that, what it implicitly states is that you belong to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can opt out if you like. You just didn't think about it, did you? Because we own you.
Well, that's just how states have become now. Like, you rent everything you own from the state. That isn't what essence happens. Because they've got property tax, they've got wealth tax over here. Like, and if you don't pay it, they just come take your shit. So, like, okay, so I don't own this, I am borrowing it.
Yep, I hate it. I hate everything about the modern world.
Marksman 117. For a weak society, look up the former super mayor, Tiffany Henyard. Was mayor for 5 years, blatantly corrupt, and stole city money, and she was not arrested. We, the council, vote to block your spending. Oh, we're overruled. We'll reconvene next month. Yep. Corruption. I mean, a few months ago, we talked about the Danish woman who had embezzled like tens of millions of dollars, and just nobody had bothered to stop her. Like, nobody had checked. Dr. T Money Dog, in regards to your cancel culture video, I don't think the pendulum has gone to the right too far yet for it to be completely true right now, but I do see what you're trying to counterweight the pendulum before it goes too far. Yeah, that's largely my argument. Like, I don't think we are going too far at the moment. In fact, I think right-wing cancel culture, as it stands right now, is perfectly acceptable. The targets they have picked all seem to be good targets. I'm just worried that...
Too far enough.
Yeah, like, because the problem is, once we get a taste for this, we might very well decide to do what the left did and start utilizing the tools more liberally. Boog, but Arch, I thought you loved NTR. Cop Lady NTR. It's a little too real for me, honestly. See, okay, so this leads to the Stop Killing Games topic actually quite nicely, because here we've had an example of modern-day cancel culture from the right.
Oh, what, the Microsoft layoffs?
No. So do you know what Stop Killing Games is?
Oh, no.
So this was an initiative made by Accursed Farms, who's a YouTuber, to make it so that games couldn't just be arbitrarily be taken offline, basically, and just removed from your account, etc.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been trying several avenues to get this going, including a petition to the European Union. Good luck with that.
Yeah, that'll work.
And largely it seems like his aims are completely nice and benign, and he has a lot of public support.
Yeah.
One other individual, Pirate Software, decided to speak out against this and has, well, gotten cancelled for it.
Hang on. When we say he's gotten cancelled, how has he been cancelled?
Well, he's been chased off from the company he worked at.
What do you mean by chased off? He was fired for his opinion, was he?
We don't know yet. So he just said, I'm no longer working at off-brand games. People are attacking all of the games we were publishing and trying to mass review bomb them. So he left, maybe, or he was pushed out. We're not sure yet.
Right. Because the thing is, like, cancelling is always something that people are too liberal to use, right?
Yes.
Cancelling is when you have an opinion and you have your livelihood and means of engaging with the world taken away from you by force.
We haven't quite reached that standard yet.
Right. It's not when a bunch of people harass you online, right? That's not being cancelled. Being cancelled is when it is an executive action is taken against your social media presence and your financial presence, your ability to transact and engage in society. That's cancelling.
So, what happened here then? So, Pirate Software as well has caused a whole lot of drama because he seems to be a genuinely massive fucking asshole, basically.
Right, okay, yeah.
He seems like a genuine ass who is just incapable of knowing when he's stepping in it and then doubling down again, so he's made a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
But I think this is the first time that the right has moved against a content creator for what, at the end of the day, is an opinion. No matter how much of a douchebag and no matter how wrong he is, and has possibly gotten him removed from a source of employment. Now, I think he still has like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so he is by no means removed from platforms or anything.
Right. Yeah, that's the important thing, right? To remember is that ultimately it is the platforms that do the cancelling. Because the hate mobs are always going to be there, right? It's the platforms that do the cancelling. So if the platform has not removed his accounts, they have not expunged him from their services, he's not been banned from PayPal, he's, all of that sort of stuff, he hasn't been cancelled.
Yep. Let's see. Yep, no, his channel has depleted a little bit, but he's still got like 2 million subs, so he is fine, all right?
Yeah, he's not been cancelled.
No. But I do think this is the first pseudo-successful attempt against the content creator that we've seen from the right. And again, I am actually all for this cancellation because this seems like consequence culture rather than a cancellation. As you say, he hasn't had his social media removed. He hasn't received any arbitrary draconian consequences from official sources. He has merely said retarded shit on the internet, and then a great deal of people go, "No, you're an idiot."
Yeah, you're not being cancelled, you're just a retard.
So this stuff, I'm entirely fine with. I'm just worried that in the long run, our side as well will see the power of this, because at one point, the left as well were targeting genuinely bad people, because there were some racist and misogynists out there, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But then they realized, holy shit, we can mobilize corporations, we can mobilize laws and nations, I can go to the UN for this? And then they kept going.
Yeah, I am still something of a free speech absolutist, and I just don't think that companies should be allowed to just arbitrarily delete accounts. Like he said something on another platform, he said something on this platform. I mean, okay, if he violates the terms of service, fair enough. But like, if like when I was deplatformed from Patreon, I hadn't said anything on Patreon. I hadn't used Patreon to do anything wrong. So, but they were just like, no, fuck you. We don't use a word in a different, in a particular context that we don't like. It's like, oh, okay, and they're allowed to just do that. So yeah, they're allowed to just do that. And that's cancel culture.
We're not there yet with the right, and I hope we will never get there. But
I think we're so far away from being in a position like that. It's not worth worrying about it. Like, we don't have any executive control over YouTube, over Facebook. You know, the closest you've got is Twitter, and Elon Musk is a free speech absolutist. So
true, but I think we're already seeing the shift. So I'm basically, again, I agree. It's probably 5 years out, probably, if not more.
probably more than that.
But I like to have the call out as early as possible, because I'd like to stop the swing before it happens, if at all possible.
No, I'm in favor of the swing. It'll be our enemies suffering.
Now, on the other hand, though, unfortunately, the Stop Killing Games initiative is not quite as secure as everybody has been thinking. So a lot of people have been celebrating this victory. The guy behind it, a Cursed Farm himself, has come out with a video on it, where basically he just talks about how there has presumably been a significant degree of either bots signing, or people fucking up the registration process, or people even signing illegally.
Right.
So he's going to need a lot more signatures. So if you haven't signed it yet, don't stop signing yet. Stop Killing Games. Just Google that and you'll find the petition. And you've got to be a EU citizen. If you are not an EU citizen, well, remember, this is the EU. Everything is illegal in the EU. Not signing a petition that you're not technically allowed to sign, it's a crime in the EU.
Is it?
Yes.
God, I'm so glad we're out of the EU.
You are far better off asking what is not a crime in the EU. So definitely, if you like the Stop Killing Games initiative, sign it. Continue signing it. No reason to stop. Get it to a very safe margin, and then the EU will check all of the signatures in, I think, a month's time. And see if there is enough. And if there is enough, they will have a hearing on whether or not to put it into law or regulation that games must be maintained in an operative state, even after support for the game has ceased.
Honestly, I kind of dislike it.
How so?
Well, I don't like the EU stepping in and just demanding that, like, you know, there might be like 3 people left on the server, you know, and it's like, nope, sorry, the law says you have to maintain it. It's like, look, no one's playing it, man. You know, like, but now we have to spend all of this money to maintain it. It's like, look, I just don't think the government and the international government is going to make any good decisions in that regard. I don't think it should be their business, frankly.
Well, handing anything over to the European Union is problematic.
Yeah.
But the general idea of it, I don't particularly mind.
It's just, I know the people who are going to be involved in actually monitoring it and doing it. And it's just like, no, they're the worst people on earth. They're the sort of people who shouldn't have fucking jobs because they're unemployable in any other way. So no, you know. I just don't want those people doing anything. They should all be fired. They should be on the streets homeless going, I used to be a bureaucrat and now no one will hire me. And I should walk by with my top hat and cane and go, Mwahaha, and then throw a penny at them.
The hatred of the bureaucrat is strong.
Oh, you've no idea. Like, I just fucking despise them.
And because I see chat is upset about this as well, I will point out, they don't need to keep the servers online, they just have to keep the game in a playable state, so without the online component.
But what does that mean? Like, if it's an MMO, then it's going to be kept online, but like in a playable state, as in, so in 100 years' time, when we're on like the 500th iteration of Windows, they've got to keep remastering it to make sure it's playable. What the fuck are they doing?
Who knows? I have not looked into this too much myself.
It's just it's unworkable bullshit.
So long as you can run... so long as there is the option to run it privately, I guess. I don't know how much work that is. Some sort of private server or something.
Again, like, some games just aren't designed for that.
Now, something that is designed for exactly what it's doing is the Microsoft layoffs.
Right, let me quickly get a drink and I'll be back.
And the tech layoffs in general as well. Let's see here. So, the tech layoff wave has been going on for quite some time now, both in entertainment and now in tech and industry. We had, God, what was it like? I think it was 150,000 people that were laid off in the games industry last year. And that continued on from yet further layoffs the year preceding that. And the layoffs don't seem to be stopping. They have slowed largely in the games industry, but the tech industry, that is one step further down the line again, appear to now be feeling the brunt of these layoffs. And a lot of them, too, aren't removing people from positions that they no longer necessarily need, mind you. But as is the case with the Microsoft thingy, they are removing more expensive people to replace them with less expensive browns. I mean, that's Microsoft for you. What do you expect Microsoft to do? They can't afford you, and so they're going to replace you with Habib. In fact, 2 Habibs. Which I do quite enjoy. Right, time. Saving a little time for his drink. I'll read a couple more of the super chats. Scott the Kilt. Except for Sargon, I'll keep that one. Arwood, you forgot how young the women are, plus indoctrination. I don't know if it's indoctrination. I think it's more fetish material, honestly, than anything. And the belief that they will not get caught. And if they do get caught, they will not be punished. Luna's Prince, Mr. Benjamin. There's no for Sargon, kind of it. Bastards. Dark Resurrect has become a member for 3 months. Thank you, sir. God King Trump proximity. Hormones of both the students and teacher. The student is likely spending more time with the teacher than other students, possibly due to being an underperformer. A boy the women can build. Possibly. Humble merchant. Men with an unstable XY chromosome constitute both the worst and the best. Women with their stable XX constitute our average. The more women in a group, the lower the common denominator becomes. The more in a group, the more mediocre it is. There you go. Yep. GTA Rockford, 83. Sargon, rate some minis. You've forgotten us. He has. Boog, you both just pulled apart software. SKG is not about keeping servers up, it's about planning for an end of the game, so people can take the game and make it playable. Yeah, that's sort of what I said. That's what I intended to say. But that will still also require some work, because you are then going to need to actually make the tools to keep it playable, so there will be something they'll need to do. How much? I don't know. I don't know enough about software development or engineering to know. If it's not a whole lot of work, then I'm not necessarily opposed to legislating it. If it's a whole lot of work, maybe, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily in favor of saving the giant corporations money in this regard either.
You ignorant slut.
I wonder if that'll extend to different versions of a game. A Thumb Ugly on record. Arch prefers 2 Habibis for what? Unsaid. Listen, I'm just saying that 2 Habibis manning the phone is objectively superior in many cases to 1 Habibi manning the phone. ARC5 worked in schools, admin, and as far as numbers go, from what I've seen, it's 60% women doing it. Also, when it's a woman, then it's called a relationship. Also, lesbian teachers are mean to who they go for. They bully. That's a weird mental image that I do not wish to continue to explore. Javi Nobody the Hate Monger, big W for Xbox. Please get rid of the whole Halo team. Ah, yes, they've been shutting down even more companies recently, haven't they? Which, to be fair, I'm entirely fine with. What was it? Was it Perfect Dark? Was it Perfect Dark?
Service guarantees citizenship.
Yes, it was. The Perfect Dark reboot was cancelled, and I mean, to be fucking fair, can you blame them? See if I can find that picture. There we go. Yeah, the Perfect Dark reboot, which took this original character and updated her for the current year into this character. I think we can safely say that it is better for all of us that this game was cancelled. Honestly, you might think, okay, well, the studio should just push something out to recoup some of its losses, right? At this point, the negative PR backlash of shoveling out a guaranteeably catastrophic project is probably greater than the monetary loss of just writing the fucker off and calling it quits. Bearing in mind, if the company in question, presumably Microsoft, I'm guessing, as a parent company have all of their ducks in a row, if they lose a fuck ton of money on one project and one company, assuming they've got the correct corporate structure for it, they can simply take that loss and transfer it over to the companies that actually earn money and go, no, we lost this much in taxes. So we lost this much, we're going to write it off our taxes.
That's how business works.
It is. All right, so the tech layoffs. There was a bunch of gaming companies that were closed the last couple of days too.
Oh, were there?
Yes.
I didn't hear about that.
All of this is kind of part of the same thing. Like the gaming industry has been just a slaughterhouse now for like 2 years, pretty much. And the tech layoffs are beginning to catch up to that.
You know what? Maybe if they hadn't made such shitty fucking games.
Well, exactly. Like, the latest Disney movie, Yellow, another massive flop from Pixar.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit.
Yep. It came out now that underwent massive rewrites during the developmental process.
Mm-hmm.
As the movie was queer coded.
Oh, was it?
Yes. It was queer coded.
Yeah.
And they tried to downplay this and minimalize it by rewriting the whole movie over and over again. And the problem is, you've still got the same individuals doing it. And if a person can't even make a good movie from what he likes, his activist nonsense, he sure as shit can't make a good movie about things he don't like.
Really?
Yes. And that's kind of what Pixar is struggling with right now. It's like, no, we can't have this gay shit. People don't want it. It doesn't sell. But they've still got the gay shit writer making it who doesn't know how to make anything but gay shit. It's a bit of a problem for the company. And that's probably a lot of what the tech industry are beginning to realize now as well, that they've hired a bunch of people that even if they tell them to do a different thing, they can't do it. They're not qualified to do that. This person was hired to fill a fucking racial quota. They're not going to fix your coding.
Yeah. You get what you fucking deserve, frankly.
And of course, the thing is too, like, because a lot of this was definitely diversity hires, as you can see with the whole Indian thing. Because if they apply for 14,000 H-1B visas, right, that means that they have 14,000 jobs that they need filled, And yet they fired 9,000 people. The only conceivable explanation for firing 9,000 people and then looking to hire 14,000 is if the 9,000 people you had weren't able to do their fucking jobs.
Yeah, they were literally diversity hires.
Yes. And so now they're ironically going to get replaced by genuine diversity.
Well, they're going to get replaced by normal people, I guess. Proper people.
Well, with the H-1B visas, there'll be less normal people and more future slave labor.
Yeah, ChatGPT using Indians.
Oh, God. Fuck, I wonder if I can find this.
You ignorant slut.
I know that you consider anime to basically be the devil's fruit.
Yeah.
However,
yeah,
there's anime made in Japanese, of course, subtitled in Japanese, and they outfarm it to American and English companies to translate it for the Western market, right?
Yeah.
Well, a screenshot appeared recently from a anime that had been translated this way, where the subtitles reads, ChatGPT says, and then the translation.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So the localizer was like, I don't speak fucking Japanese.
But ChatGPT does.
ChatGPT does. I fucking love that. I adored that. Somebody out there is collecting a paycheck for entering a script into ChatGPT.
And that person isn't me.
Yep.
How is this happening?
How is this happening? At that point, I almost respect the grift. I'm almost like, okay, you managed to trick somebody into thinking you spoke Japanese, and you've maintained this fucking grift now. Good job. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Immoral, but impressive.
I mean, honestly, I don't even blame them. I don't even blame them.
Everybody's got to eat. But the tech layoffs.
You know what? The other day, I actually signed up for the 20 quid ChatGPT thing. 20 quid a month, just because it's actually useful to draw images and to use a search engine.
Yeah, no. I've used Grok for that quite a lot. When I see something, I'm like, okay, where the fuck is this from? Grok can actually find shit for you. I'm like, oh, that's probably from here.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is quite useful.
Very useful. Grok's images are surprisingly nice as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's getting better and better, and fuck, it's kind of the problem as well.
Welcome to the future, lads.
Yes. See,
did you see YouTube the other day saying like basically we're going to demonetize AI content?
Yes, I did. So
very interesting.
This thing here, because I've got it. A lot of people are panicking over this, like, oh my god, they're going to demonetize reaction channels and stuff. No. That shit is already monetized because this is already against YouTube's service. What they're going to demonetize is the channel that does like Bigfoot react videos and has like 500 of them.
Yeah. The thing is, though, like, you know, some of the AI videos are funny. And the AI, it's not that the AI isn't responsible for authoring the video, right? Yeah, you've got Bigfoot doing his like, selfie cam, right? That's quite a funny joke. So I can understand why someone would put that up. You know, I watched that video the other day because it was funny, right? And I enjoyed it. And the thing is, there's still a person at the other end of it that's telling me a joke. It's just through a very advanced medium, right? The issue is when it's going to be just pure slop. Like my Facebook feed at the moment, for some reason, is filled with AI-generated videos of someone ASMR cutting a glass fruit.
Yes.
And it's just boomers being like, oh, that's amazing. Where can I get one? It's like, what? Are you retarded? Like, this doesn't exist.
Yep. And the thing is, too, right? There's an interesting discussion to be had about the standards of creativity, right?
Yeah.
Because if you take the Bigfoot AI video, right? So he started doing this and realized that this was popular. And now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 videos of this exact same thing over the course of 1 month. Like,
that is a lot of videos. But
there's
AI
the
doesn't
problem.
take long to generate them.
Yeah, because there's the problem as well. Okay, it's a guy who tells a joke. The problem is, it's the same joke every day.
But the thing is, right? Even if it's not the same joke, it's variations on the same theme, right? So it's basically a genre. And so, it is though, right? Like Bigfoot talking to camera generated by AI, what a VO3 or whatever it's called. Like it's a genre, and he's going to have written the little script himself probably, or got Chat GPT to write the script, I guess. But like he would have given it an instruction on what he wants the script to be, because he knows what he wants to make a joke out of it with you, right? So even then, there's still some human creativity that goes into it.
There is. So that's where the degree comes in. Like this, I'm like 50-50 on this. I see the argument for why this is human creativity and should be viewed as, equal level with other videos.
I didn't say equal level, but carry on.
I'm also looking at it and go like, okay, a video a day. And this is presumably a guy, right? What's really going to fucking murder the internet in total is when the Chinese figure out how to make an AI order an AI to order an AI to make this.
Yeah, that's when the problem is going to come in.
Yes, because you're going to have Chinese companies where one AI is scraping the internet for topics.
Yeah.
That AI is then going to take the 12 hottest topics, feed it into 12 AIs that then write 12 scripts, that then send 12 scripts to 12 video AIs.
Yeah.
And you've got like a fucking 200 videos a day, just pumping.
And that's just one operation.
Yes. And that will, it will destroy the current
It'll destroy
YouTube.
Monetization.
Yes. Like, because there's only so many ads slots available, because there's only so many ad slots that the companies pay for, right?
Yep.
For human creators, that's no problem. Like, we can't fucking fulfill all of the ad slots as it is. YouTube is that big of a platform, there's that much ad spending. When somebody creates 300 videos a day, fully automated, that's different.
And Twitter just had this problem with India. Just Indian, engagement farmers just pumping out just nonsense tweets, but forming groups of engagement farmers. So they pay their $8, they farm engagement with each other in these groups, and then they get paid $500 at the end of the month, or every 2 weeks or whatever, which doesn't sound like that much, but in India, that's a lot of money.
Absolutely. And as this becomes more and more advanced as well, when it comes to prompting itself, building itself, continuously making content, already, YouTube is a difficult fucking platform to get into as it is.
Good luck being successful on YouTube now.
Oh yeah, if you're starting from scratch today, no influence, no friends, no connections, you better have a damn good fucking idea. And that's now when you're competing with humans. In a few years' time, fuck. So I am very happy to see that YouTube is already taking steps to go okay, this is gonna fucking destroy us. We gotta move.
Yeah,
on
we've got to deal with it, and YouTube are right to deal with it. I feel bad for the I make the Bigfoot jokes guy, but you were on something easy. You did something quite clever with it. I actually really enjoyed the Bigfoot camera video. I thought it was a cool idea. And it's nice that such things can be made now, but unfortunately, the one guy who makes something fun gets it ruined by a billion Indian and Chinese scammers.
Yeah, because that is the reason. It's AI as a tool that is the problem here. Because even if you have some people who are creative with it, it is simply too easy to use to prevent the other 5 million people from doing it.
Yeah.
At this point, because the problem here is, too, there's no subtle solution to this, in my opinion. You can't have YouTube go through each and every AI video and go like, okay, this is slop, this is good, this is slop, this is good. I think they're going to need just a full ban on AI content or a percentage of a video, maybe. Because I don't see any other way to police this effectively.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be difficult to police because really, it's kind of got to be done on a case-by-case basis. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, if someone is using AI to just draw nice backgrounds when they narrate a script over it, that shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah.
But if someone is just producing non-stop AI slop, then that is a problem. But the nature of the definitions is going to be very difficult.
Yeah. And there's also a problem there where a friend of mine showed me a Lord of the Rings lore channel where the script, AI, voice acting, AI, background imaging, AI, all of it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's borderline to me. Like, there's a degree of work put into that because it's edited together to look nice, but it's like,
oh, mate, you can get AI to do that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now now the AI is doing everything. Like, I don't know if you should be allowed to do that.
AI, there are absolutely websites that can do that now. And so it's just like, look, man, a human hand has not touched this video.
Yeah. And again, then the discussion becomes like how much of a percentage. That's like, at this point, I'm all for just going like, nope, just ban it. It's going to be impossible to police this because the very nature of AI makes a case-by-case basis impossible.
Yeah. And the scale of it.
Yeah, if somebody makes 300 videos, YouTube's going to have a dude watching 300 videos.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to ban AI content. I just don't see any other options.
Yeah. Like, because in an ideal world, I would like for this to be a democratizing force of entertainment where anyone can create wherever they want. The problem is we don't have a way to police it right now.
Yeah. If there weren't so many fucking shitty people scamming everyone, then, it wouldn't be a problem. But there are, so it is. So what are we going to do?
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but...
Yeah. Have to deal with the world as it is rather than how we'd like it to be.
Then again, maybe those 14,000 Indians can watch some videos.
Wow, yeah, it gives gainful employment to the third world.
Fire is the answer.
Just turn India into a view farm. Every Indian just watches one YouTube video a day and goes like, is this slop?
Do I trust their opinions?
And also, we talk about how AI is replacing anyone. The first comment, again, Grok, spirit of knowledge.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Is this true? Fucking hell, man. Literally the oracle of Twitter.
I hate that phrase. I fucking hate that phrase. I see it under every tweet now.
Yeah, I know. It's just literally people outsourcing their brain power.
Like, my God, just select it like that and just like search DuckDuckGo. There you go. Instead of like fucking Grok. This.
I mean, Grok hasn't even done anything wrong. It's like, look, I'm being a useful tool, and generally it's broadly correct. I read the fact checks, and it's generally correct.
Yeah. Like, again, I use Grok as a search engine, but like you can already see if with something as relatively basic as a large language model, people are already abandoning all independence and critical thinking.
Oh, dude, it is so bad. And the thing is, but it's already happening. Like, it's making young people retarded. Yeah. Like, the idea of getting a degree now is just meaningless because everyone knows ChatGPT got it. And the thing is, the teachers use ChatGPT to check the fucking work. And so it's just ChatGPT checking ChatGPT. What the fuck is the point? Like, honestly, education is going to go back to Homeric times where it was based on memory, right? and it will be literally you have to memorize like this 50,000 word poem or whatever and recite it as your exam. Like it was like literally a fucking ancient Greek bard in a fucking drinking hall, you know, reciting the Iliad. That's what it's going to return to.
Yeah, because all of our assumptions about AI have been wrong. All of them. Like the idea that it won't be used for creative works, that was the first thing
That's
it was worth.
All it does.
Yeah, that people would distrust it? Fuck no.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, people were so credulous. They're so brilliant.
Like, there's no way people will start trusting AI. Now everyone is... Grok, is this... I fucking hate that. That phrase encapsulates our surrender to the machine.
Yeah. That's a good... You should do a video on this, man.
I do. I because I just
you
realized
literally
right
should just
now.
You should do a video on this rant just called "Grok, is this true?" And write a nice, one of the butter arch scripts that my son loves.
Yeah, no, I should. Like, I'm literally
Grok,
working
true?
on one video now, which is only an anti-AI crusade can save us, because we need a Butlerian jihad.
Yeah, and we're not going to get it.
Nope. No, because the AI's, it's too good. Like, fuck. It makes life too easy. We're never going to want to remove this thing.
No. Well, I mean, why would we? Like, here's one of the most powerful and convenient tools ever devised by humankind.
Yeah.
We're not going to use it. No, you are going to use it. Shut up. You know you're going to use it.
It's all of human knowledge ever, and in 5 years it's going to look like an anime girl and suck your dick. Like, we're fucked. We're just fucked.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
On the bright side, maybe we deserve to be fucked. Have you considered that?
Well, I mean, I think we're getting it whether we like it or not, right? So
on the topic of maybe we'd be better off just getting wiped out, another Sweden topic today.
Oh, yeah.
So Sweden is planning to spend millions and millions of dollars figuring out why the birth rate is falling in Sweden.
Well, they're not going to like the answer.
No, and the best part is, like we just said, Grok. What's happening, Grok? And Grok is like, listen, Sweden used to be a very homogenous country with a great economy, and so people had children. Oh, fuck, it's not anymore, so...
I'm going to ask Grok right now. Hey, Grok, why are the birth rates plummeting?
Because obviously, why aren't people in Sweden having kids? Well, you've spent years demoralizing the Swedish populace. You spent years telling that they should think of themselves before the country. You spent years denigrating the idea of building a legacy. You've been telling people that we can just bring in
being
more
a mother
people.
is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's weird. Why aren't you a career woman, you freak?
Yeah. I did a video on this a while ago, right? I think it was Mongolia has managed to save its birth rates. And the reason is because Mongolian women get prizes in social status. And it's literally just, you have to make being a mother a high status occupation.
Yeah. Like,
While
that
it's
is
a
the
low
only
status
reason.
And instead, we have made being a whore a high status occupation. Like Bonnie Blue is ultra famous. And the other one, I can't remember her name, ultra famous for being like, OnlyFans megastar whores. And they're on all the newspapers. They're everywhere. Mothers aren't getting any kind of attention or credentials or anything like that. No, Bonnie Blue and her ilk are making millions and millions of dollars and pounds or whatever by being whores. And so it's like, okay, and we've got abortion on tap, and there's no, we're destigmatizing that, and we've got birth control everywhere, and it's no fault marriage, divorce. You can just get divorced at the drop of a hat for the sake of it. It's like, okay, so we have made being a wife and mother a low status occupation that basically the plebs do now.
Yeah. And again, this is just the reality of female entertainment. They recently released the list of top female streamers, entertainers, basically, for the modern world. Amaranth, or Pokimane, top. Like, it's ethos, the whole list, basically. Because that's what being a woman is now. And the Swedish government is now going to spend 10 years and millions of dollars, and they're not going to like the answer, and they're going to reject the answer, and another study will be taking place in another 10 years until they realize that, the only way to get people to have more children is to make it popular, to make people want to have children.
The answer, Sweden, and again, I know you're going to reject this, is to abolish feminism.
Feminism is not going to help your country.
No, it's the reason. You have to abolish it. You have to make it illegal to be a feminist. You have to say, no, everything feminism did to liberate women from their own families was evil and wrong. That's the problem.
And the thing is, this is not theoretical anymore. South Korea has demonstrated this. We look at South Korea, and mathematically, South Korea cannot recover at this point.
South Korea is a zombie country.
Yes.
It's staggering. It's dead. It just doesn't realize it. It's crazy. Right. I'm actually reading Children of Men at the moment. And I watched the film the other day, but the book is way more interesting. It's way more sort of soulful and melancholy about it. And honestly, South Korea is genuinely in a Children of Men state at this point.
Yes.
Mad.
Like, South Korea, it's already too late. It's already collapsed. There is no fixing South Korea right now. It's fucked. And that means that the aging population, which already suffers massively from poverty, mind you, is only going to get poorer. The young people are going to have to work longer and harder to even have a chance to support the old population. Literally, the only hope South Korea has is to start killing old people en masse.
You know what? They do that in Children of Men.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only way you can fix it.
They have this thing called the quietus, where basically when you get old and dependent on the state, you just sail out into the sea and you get shot.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that is legitimately the only solution to this problem, and it is a horrible one, but it is the only one.
Yeah. What did you think feminism meant? Fucking vibes, papers, essays? I mean, shooting grandma because there's no kids around to look after her.
Yep. We're gonna have to kill grandma. Unfortunate, but that's how it's gonna have to be.
But you really needed to fucking go out and party when you were in your 20s.
I'll see. What's the average life expectancy in Korea?
Probably fucking ancient.
Yep.
Because they're going to be like seafood diet eaters.
Yep.
So it's going to be literally like 87 or something, right?
Try again.
89?
Try again.
Higher?
90 for women.
No way!
Yep.
Fucking hell. That is wild.
Yep.
And that's just the average.
Meanwhile, the fertility rate, on the other hand...
Yeah, well... God, imagine, when you get to 90, you've basically spent most of your life as an old person.
Yeah. A majority of your life will have been as a decrepit old person at that point.
Fucking hell. Like, you're literally not going to remember the last time you had sex.
So... old people execution camps.
Yeah. Well,
how do we make this happen?
This is what South Korea chose.
And of course, the thing is as well, that isn't going to happen. South Korea is not going to be able to recover. Ideologically, it can't even convince its women to start having babies. They're definitely not going to start shooting grandma. And so it's just going to collapse. And this is a taste of what's going to happen to so many other countries. Like, the only hope is that maybe the world will look at the horrible fate of South Korea and go, wow, It's fucking awful. Can we not do that?
And at the end of the day, like, you know, it's just going to have to be rugged Western men who go over there and repopulate.
Like, we are actually literally going to have to create breeding camps at that point. Like, state-mandated girlfriends will no longer be a fantasy. It'll be state-mandated girlfriends, plural.
Yeah, no, you have to spend at least X percentage of your 20s pregnant, or else you go to jail. No, it's going to have to be, because otherwise the country is over and we're all gone. Like, it's going to have to be something like that. And like the idea of divorce as well. It's like, no. You are going to get a woman pregnant and you are going to marry her at the barrel of a fucking gun.
Yep. You want a divorce? Okay, we'll consider it after 5 kids.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And again, like all of the things like healthcare right now, because healthcare is free for everybody, regardless of where you come from. If you show up in the country, it's like, I'm going to get surgery here.
Yeah.
Take those benefits, fucking slash them, and then go to women going, okay, you have a child, we'll give you this shit back. If you're pregnant, we're going to take care of you. You're going to get money. You're going to get support. We actually want you to have children again. We're going to give you a little fucking medal like they used to do in the Soviet Union.
That's literally what Mongolia does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not just that, a ceremony at the presidential palace.
Yeah.
Like, not even joking. Like, you know, you get to dress up. This is your big day to get your mother's medal or whatever it is from the president. But yeah, that's what needs to happen.
That is what needs to happen. But until then, the Swedish government has more important things to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Social justice, is it?
Banning online prostitution.
Heresy's the question. Fire
what?
is the answer.
Yep.
I'm shocked they're not in favor of that.
No, so they've made a move now where you are not allowed to sell quote-unquote sexual services on the internet, which means only fan content, basically.
Really?
Yes.
No way.
However, this law only counts for Swedish people and only creating. So they can still purchase as much porn as they want. They just can't, make it.
No, that's interesting. Banning the thoughts rather than banning the customers. Much more convenient. But I'm surprised Sweden's done that.
I'm not. The Nordic countries have a massive hate boner against prostitution.
Really? What about sex-positive feminism?
Ooh. The feminists are actually the ones pushing for this.
Really? So they're sex-negative feminists?
Yes. They do. There's no sex work is real work in Scandinavia.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Ain't happening up here.
Yeah.
Also, on the topic of all people, so I'm curious if this next thing here will piss you off or make you happy. I'm betting on the former, but we'll see.
So just a quick thing, right? Grok has replied about the birth rates.
Mm-hmm.
Quotes. And this is a surprisingly honest answer. Birth rates are declining globally due to economic pressures like high child rearing costs, housing affordability, and job insecurity. Women's increased education and workforce participation delays or reduces childbearing. Access to contraception enables choice. Culturally, feminism has shifted priorities towards careers over large families, substantiated by rising female labor force rates correlating with fertility drops. That's all true. And that gives us an exact list of things we need to reverse.
That is a surprisingly honest answer, yes.
That is shockingly honest. And I'm going to ask Grok, if we reversed all of these things,
would the birth rates recover?
Yeah.
Grok is thinking, checking its programming.
For the sake of humanity, women are not allowed an education. It's literally The Handmaid's Tale.
We tried letting them be free. It doomed us all.
I'll let you know when he gets back.
Right. So, this here then. A 77-year-old American sells everything to embark on endless cruise. Shannon Lane, 77, sold all her possessions and bought a ticket for the luxury ship Villa Vi Odyssey for an endless cruise. She hopes to spend the next decade on board enjoying a world tour. The cost of the journey was $129,000 for a 15-year cabin, plus monthly expenses range from $2,000 to $3,000, including meals, medical care, housekeeping, and unlimited internet. Would you like to spend your old age in this way?
Fucking boomers. Like, doesn't she have kids that might, she wants to pass anything down to?
Well, if she does have kids, they're not gonna get shit.
Yeah, they're literally not getting shit. She's like, no, I'm gonna fucking... Oh my god, all right.
I was right. Upset was the reaction I expected.
Yeah, I bet they were like, oh, thanks, Mum.
Now, an interesting thing here, though, is the relative cheap price of this. I mean, 15 years, 129,000. That's got to be cheaper than rent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty affordable. I mean, fuck, I could do my YouTube channel from there.
Yeah, that's only like, let's see.
Sorry, how much was it? I wasn't paying attention to the exact figure.
129,000. So it's only about 9,000 bucks a year.
And what is included in this?
Oh, well, that's the cabin. So that's, housekeeping, etc. Access to internet, medical care, apparently.
How much for food?
Well, she has had a monthly budget of 2,000 to 3,000.
Right.
So 9,000. Let's say 9,000 for the cabin, plus 3,000 a year. So that's 36,000. So
3,000 a month.
3,000. Yeah, for 3,000 a month.
Yeah.
So she's only
Here's the
paying
question. Fire is the answer.
45 grand a year
Really?
for all of her food and lodging.
Is that in dollars as well?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind for a luxury cruise and access to all of their facilities, etc.
Yeah. Like that's really not bad. Like, surprisingly affordable. Sorry, darling. Sorry, family. I'm selling up and I'm going on a luxury cruise. It's only going to cost me $45,000 a year.
That's assuming she spends the full $3,000 a month.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, obviously. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money to spend as well on, like, anything really. I don't spend $3,000 a month on like food.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they probably price gouge like mad on one of these ships, so maybe that's.
I mean, they must, but still, yeah, you've got a pretty captive audience, haven't you?
Yeah.
You literally can't get off.
45 grand. I wonder what a retirement home costs, because.
Yeah, good question.
I wonder. The average cost in Arizona. Okay, Arizona. That'll be a decent example, I guess. So from 2,500 to 5,000 is the cost for a retirement home in America.
In Britain, it's 60 to 70 grand in pounds a year.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we're getting stiffed, obviously, on everything.
You are, yeah.
All the time. But, like, okay, just get the cruise. The cruise has got to be better than that.
Yeah, no, unironically, like, if you're paying £60,000 for a fucking old people home, send Granny to the seas. It'll be cheaper.
I'll ask my mum, do you want to do this instead?
That is actually remarkable, because again, 45,000 grand. that's
Yeah.
that's payable. That is easily payable.
Yeah, that's crazy, actually.
Huh. Now the flip side is, of course, again that she did stiff any grandchildren, any future generations, quite nicely.
Completely, yeah.
And there was quite a lot of people in the comments as well that pointed that out.
I bet.
Fortunately, there isn't any grok. Is this true?
No, everyone believes this is true.
Yep.
Like, the question isn't, the question isn't, I need to verify this.
So, on the one hand, taking all of your money and checking out, bit of a douche move. On the other, this could actually be cheaper than sending them to an old people's house, so...
No, you could. I think it probably is.
Although, I do wonder if they have the facilities to care for a proper old person, though. Like, what happens when she starts shitting herself? Are they gonna help with that?
Good question.
Like, 'cause it's 77, so if we assume she manages to live for all 15 years, she'll be 92?
What happens when, like, the money runs out? What if she outlives it?
She drowns herself in the pool?
Yeah, I guess, like, are they just like, sorry, you've got to go now, bye.
Yeah, sorry, 92-year-old grandma. It's no more. Your 15-year cabin is out, so...
Yeah. Bye. We'll drop you off at the next port or something. I don't know.
Yep, we happen to be in Santo Domingo right now. Good luck. I mean, they would have to. Like, they have no... I mean, I don't think they would even be legally allowed to have her stay, because surely that would be kidnapping at that point, right?
Oh, I guess, yeah. I mean, well, that's the point, isn't it? Like, it literally, they're not allowed.
Yeah, so once she runs out of time, if she's still alive, fuck. I guess then she goes back to her kids and go like, so, your mother needs another few $1,000.
Does anyone want to look after grandma? You need to put me in an old folks home. But fuck off, Nan.
Yeah, I remembered when you sold everything. I remember when you sold my childhood home.
Yeah. Nice to see you back.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by that. Also, I'm going to need to change the name of this fucking stream, because the topic I was going to talk about today was the thing that they took away all of the awards for a trans swimmer.
Oh, yeah. Leah Thompson.
Yeah, but we got completely sidetracked in a much better direction, to be fair.
Yeah, but to be fair, I had a joke lined up for it that I haven't been able to tell. Bit of a shame. She worked her balls off for that.
She did. There were a lot of sweaty armpits there.
It's a hard life, isn't it?
But this is actually a genuinely nice thing, because this is a cultural shift where the Penn State University finally goes like, okay, yeah, no, it's a man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The whole thing is just like completely like it's the emperor with no clothes, right? It's like everyone's like, oh, right, this is the emperor's naked, and they're all like, oh yeah, good point.
Yep. We all knew it, but we were closing our eyes, and now everybody's noticed. God damn it.
Yeah.
And good for the fucking women who actually competed and actually did win. Because it must have like, there's that famous picture that I used for the thumbnail of this video of the blonde woman just looking up at this man with just a look of just like, how the fuck?
Yeah. I've seen it. Mental.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. Like, I love that, because the woman is just looking at him like, what the how did you do that? How could you do this? Like, have you no shame? It's like, nope.
No, completely. But Leah Thomas was like kept failing the men's competition, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she was Or was it ranked like 250th or something?
Yeah, really fucking low, basically. I can't remember what it was, but and then it's like, oh, now I'm the number one women's swimmer. It's like, the fuck are you?
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that indeed.
Just come on, bro. And he's like, no, bro, I think this is gonna work. Incredible.
Right, let's get to super chats then. Marksman, this and previous of friendship became fun. My graphic design teacher in high school became the wrestling coach my senior year, and in 1 year molested 24 students.
Jesus.
All freshmen or sophomore, 40, 50-year-old. A math teacher married his student after grad. And nobody pointed this out.
Oh man, okay, fair enough. Whatever. Like, I guess at least they're married. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what's the silver lining to this?
if you've got to molest somebody, then doing the right thing and marrying them afterwards, I guess, is slightly better.
I just don't think that men should be teaching girls and that women should be teaching boys.
Scott the Celt, Sargon, what the hell is with British police and arresting their own people and allowing dirty foreigners to act as they please?
Can I smell your feet?
Long story. We're just cucked, unfortunately.
Lunar Sprint, Mr. Benjamin, if you had to rename the podcast of Lotus Eaters to something else, what would you choose?
Service guarantees citizenship.
Don't know.
Sargon figured he'd answered that question when he named it the first time. Now he has to
Yeah,
something else.
exactly. I was like, okay, I'll just use that. Fuck it. Thinking of names is hard, man.
It is genuinely difficult.
Yeah. That's why this is called Stamford Bridge, because there's literally nothing else we could think of naming it.
That, and because it became a massive meme, and now I like it.
Yeah, but I like it. It's not that I didn't like it. I just thought it was going to be way too niche. But I didn't. I guess I should have. I mean, our audience are going to be mostly Total War players, so maybe they'd know. You know, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I liked it as well. But like, I just thought it was too niche. But okay, you know, but we didn't have a better name, so here we go. Here we are.
Yep. All the other thing we basically had was like the Arch and Sargon cast, which is lazy.
That's a shit name. Yeah.
I still tend to tag it on to the end because YouTube likes our names, but
I'm sure it helps with the search algorithm or something.
But Stamford Bridge has a bit more character. I like it better.
It has a lot more character. And like I said, I liked it as well. It's not that I was ever against the name because of the name. You know, it's just I thought it was niche.
Gav, Sargon, would you be interested in doing a deep dive on the Indo-Europeans?
There are lots of channels that already do that. And I would have to spend a lot of time researching material I don't usually read. So, no, not really.
God, that is a genuine problem too. Reading time. Fuck.
Yeah. I would have to carve out a load of time to start studying a massive subject. I just don't really have time for it. It's not that I don't want to. I actually think it's really interesting. But I just don't have the time.
So, Jar, did you know that more people die due to weather conditions in the EU than dies to gun violence in the US? I did know that, actually. Now, to be fair, that's because we actually have weather in Europe.
Mm.
Including both the very cold and very warm. That, and yes, there's a lot of old people that die every summer.
To be fair, America has very cold and very warm weather.
Heresy's the question. Fire
to a
is the
degree.
answer.
It does. In the
more
sort of Pacific
regional.
North. Yeah, obviously. It's an entire continent. But in the Pacific Northwest can get really, really cold. Minnesota get really, really cold. Obviously, Florida and California can get really hot.
Now, the problem here is it goes from really, really cold to really, really warm. You got the whole range going. Next swordsman, in the US South, you can get a mix of high heat and high humidity in summer that your body can't regulate its temperature and risk having a heat stroke. But it has been this way longer than Europeans have been here. Yep, heat stroke is also quite common over here during our heat waves. Anti-federalist pain, psychology is the religion of atheism. It fulfills the same role, only placing self as the deity. Is it any wonder narcissism is commonplace when self-worship is normalized?
No.
Not to mention as well that morality these days has become less take care of your community and far more to take care of yourself.
I don't know if it's even take care of yourself. Because even then, at least there's sort of like Randian paradise. You know, it would at least be not cucked and incompetent.
I to a degree, but a part of the sales pitch has been that taking care of yourself means diversity is strength.
Yeah, it's not even take care of yourself. That's the thing. It's let the government take care of you.
Yes, that's actually a better one, yeah.
And it's just like, okay, but I would rather the Randian fucking dictates, you know. I'm not Randian, but like it's better than the alternative.
Alex Jennings. Hi, Sargon. If you want a traditionalist Protestant church, then look at the FIEC. There are hundreds across the country and multiple in Swindon. They have a backbone and growing as a result. FIEC.
Oh, good. I don't know how that's spelled.
Fellowship of Independent Evangelical Church, according to Google.
Oh, okay.
Harry the Human Substitute Rankar. Noah is fake and gay. It's all an AI prompt. Fucking wish.
What is, sorry?
Norway's fake and gay, an AI prompt.
Well, I'm going to go on holiday there soon, so I'll find out.
Oh. You visiting Oslo?
No, my wife wants to do a cruise for a week where we go, you know, like a boat cruise around the fjords. And I actually was like, okay, one, you don't like cruises, so I don't know why you've chosen this for us. But two, fucking Norway, can't we go somewhere sunny? You know, like the weather in Norway can't be substantially different to the weather in England.
Oh, no, our weather is way better than yours.
No, I don't know, man. Our weather's been
Way
pretty
better.
recently. But like, you know, I'd rather go to the beach and go swim in the sea, right? Rather than like stand on a boat and look at Norwegian rocks. But and then it's like, okay, yeah, great. So you basically spend most of the time on the boat. And it's like, all right, whatever. So it's not like I could come and visit or something. You know, it's like I can't. You know, I'm just going to be stuck on a boat. I mean, at least you'll have fun.
Sargon. We have beaches.
Yeah, but why would you visit a beach in Norway?
Why wouldn't you?
Because I could visit a beach in Portugal instead.
There's a lot of Portuguese people there.
Sure, but at least the sea's warm.
I don't know.
Ignorant slut.
We have the Gulf Stream. It makes our water warm as well. Yes.
Look, right. Fuck, it's not. Okay. We have the North Sea as well. I know how cold it is.
I have.
You just gotta toughen up a little bit. It's fine. Norwegian waters are perfectly acceptable for swimming.
I know, right? That's fine. But like I said, I'd rather go somewhere where the sea is warm.
Spoiled.
I know.
Charlie the Beagle. Gods is real. His greatest curse are turning the Romans into Italians, the Vikings into Scandinavians, the Protestants gay, and the Umayyad Caliphate into the Middle East.
Well, we shouldn't have crossed him, really.
Harry the Human Substitute Rankar. Beatings are needed. Public beatings.
Yeah.
Alex
Trained
Massey.
professionals.
The sad reality is that I've seen enough tarded people with MIT degrees in my work, so at least the Indians are cheap, but still tarded.
I suppose that is an upside.
And you'll barely have to speak to them because, you know, they don't understand you and you don't understand them, so.
Most of them do speak English to some degree.
To some degree. So, Florida man, technically, the 13th Amendment allowed for people to be indentured for their crimes. We can hypothetically make the illegals and MS-13 build the wall. Honestly, a sentence of hard farm labor or something, backbreaking work for a few months, worth a try. Oliver Nord, yes, your giant brass scrotum could cause back pain. Women have similar problem with bigger breasts. No, I don't get the cancer suggestion. Maybe a big enough tumor on one ball causing you to lean to a side? Well, he explained to me that apparently my nuts interact with my spine somehow, and that could theoretically cause the back pain.
I have no idea, frankly.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't listening after he went like, I think you might have cancer in your balls. After coming in for a back pain, I was like, what?
My balls feel fine, doctor.
Yeah, I sort of kind of just tuned out a lot after that. Oh, that was a weird experience. But hey, we're all poorer for it. Got a King Trump at breakfast listening to you guys. News start a segment about the positives of polyamory, polyamory, and how children benefit from multiple adults in their life.
Fuck off.
Multiple sexual deviant adults in their lives.
Yeah, obviously bullshit.
Question mark, question mark. Krieger, fun fact, Sargon, the Bible explicitly says in 1 Timothy 2:12, women should never have power over men. This is old stuff.
But it's all true.
Clearly, we didn't learn our lesson. God King Trump, all my supers to Curry Fund. All right. Humble Merchant, hypothesis. Unfit men let their women lead. Women then run everything into the ground to accelerate the replacement of the unfit men.
I mean, this is literally the plot of the Lysistrata. Like, you know, the women hector the men into letting them take over, and they turn it into gay communism. And it's like, fucking hell. It's, again, it is genuinely ancient wisdom.
And I do believe that there is genuinely, there is something there with the women desiring the strong men. And they often conflate strength with cruelty half the time, it seems.
Yes, yeah.
There is absolutely
to be honest with
there.
you, right? When all of the men around you are total fucking weaklings, well, that would look like strength.
Yeah. One guy says sorry if he bumps into somebody. The other one bumps into them harder.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's exactly true. I'm going to have to go, afraid, but... Oh.
All right.
Oh, I've still got to do the Camp Daily video today because I haven't done one. But I've got a good one lined up. British politics is just completely falling apart. It's quite good.
As per usual.
Yeah, no, it's really good, actually. So this high-profile Islamic commie in the Labour Party is like, right, I'm quitting the Labour Party and starting a new party with Jeremy Corbyn. And Jeremy Corbyn's like, what? No, we're not. It's just like total shit show. Total shit show. It's really funny. Anyway, I'll see you later, man. And thanks, chat. See you guys soon.
I'll see you. I shall soldier on. Marksman 117B. I sent Streamlabs before stream started about Frank Sanu. Did you not get it? So I'm going to need to get this man Lutzita for a discussion. Did I? Oh, this. Frank Sanu. Oh, there it is. Yes. I did see it, but. Is there a sound like. Is that true? Is there not? I must have thought it was from yesterday because I clicked it off. I apologize. For you and Sargon to watch Frank Zanu. Be careful what you wish for. Sargon, we can see your eyes are slowly losing. Someone arguing common sense and taking shots at Nelson Mandela should be a ball for the spirit. Friendship with Benefits Fund. There you go. I'll give you a little extra bonus to the donation there as a little apology for missing it, because I did miss that. I probably assumed it was from yesterday because it was before the streams. Like, oh, that must be old. Tobin Russell, Modern Liberal Society, believes in their ability to literally mold the world to their will by only their will. They worship the self in place of God. You know, I actually like Sargo's take on that. The government as the self. An entity greater than yourself that is ultimately self-ish. Because there's a part of that in all of the self-care programs that you constantly have, the government pushing these days. You know, oh, you got to take care of yourself first, or you got to take care of your mental health, or you got to take care of your physical health, or you got to take breaks, you got to go on vacations. We actually had state-sponsored vacations for old people to go to Spain for ages here in Norway. I mean, we even had a system that paid artists a living wage just to produce more gay art, basically. Trevor, greetings and salutations, Alien Isolation. It was called Kunstnerstipend, which was literally a stipend you got for being an artist, and the government would just pay you money on the assumption that you would use some of that money to create gay statues of penises. Akaitsuki, everything Pirate Software says needs to be taken as a lie. Absolutely disgusting roach. Everything he says, damn. So, Jar, do you make Pirate Software sound like Dev? Well, a little bit. Merchant, footers, balls or no balls? No balls, obviously. What do you think? I'm gay or something? No balls on the footer, obviously. Bald Eagle, this is a gay mission, not a right-wing, left-wing thing with Pirate Software. At least that's what I think with the Stop Killing Games. I think it's a right-wing issue, primarily, because I don't think the left gives a fuck about video games. That's how I would delineate that. I don't think the left gives a flying fuck about video games. They don't give a shit. Beyond the few who pretend to do. That's why I classify it more as a right-wing movement than a, bipartisan one, I guess. Max Swordsman, Stop Killing Games about maintaining servers, but there are companies break the games to the point people can't even run private servers or offline copies. I did read that. Miss Personality, you can make your own private server and a virtual machine. Curry Fund. It would be nice to do that, yes. Curry Fund. Thumb Ugly, another one. Alex Blackman, bureaucrats only beaten by journalists. That's true. Journalists are worse than bureaucrats, although it's pretty close. This Wiz, think it's a waste of time to maintain games that no one plays, and start making NBA 2K plus 12, 3, 4, 5 every 5 years, and sell it in full price. Simple. PI, am I late to say sign the petition for Stop Killing Games if you're a European? No, you are not. We still don't know if there's enough signatures, so if you haven't signed it, don't rest on your laurels just yet. Do go and sign it, assuming you are in the European Union. Mr. Wolfram, please watch Space King. I should do that at some point. DJ Rockford, 83. Arch waits till Carl steps out to read supers for him. Sargon Minis. Listen. I was avoiding the ones that mentioned him, but then he was a sleepy boy and needed to go anyways. Insane hippie saying legislation is not needed for this. You just need to show them how it can be profitable for a game company to do this. Licensing rental fees for a third party to host the servers. R-worded, yeah, but most of my feed is stand-up comedy. Why does this concern me? Because soon your stand-up comedy will be majoritively AI. Deadpool Kid, abominable intelligence destroying the status quo of the consumer machine. Yes. Let's the purge commence, great seer. Thumb Ugly, Vidal created the AI VTuber Neurosama. This would be a complicated issue for him. Okay, so that one is actually a hard one because he's obviously put in a tremendous amount of effort into that model. So I feel like it would be unfair to categorize him alongside Slop. At the same time, you literally can't... You can't make it by exception. Because if you make one exception, you've got to explain why did you make that exception? Why can't you make this exception? Oh, but what if I make an AI model? What about that? Why isn't that an exception? And so on. I think the only realistic way of dealing with AI spam on social media is one out of two. Either A, ban it entirely, or B, create a separate site for AI content where you go, this is YouTube AI. Here you find AI content, and that's it. Alternatively, one very, very potent disincentive would be to simply go, okay, you want to make AI content. Fine. We are going to let you, but we will not monetize AI content. That way, people who genuinely do this out of a creative desire can still do so, but there will not be a monetary incentive for the Chinese bot farms to do it. So possibly, again, it'll damage, people who shouldn't be damaged by this, but I genuinely don't think subtlety is an option with this. So it's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. Death6227. I started uploading content on my channel. Yes, it's slow going, but I'm also just going to be reading stories and fanfics. Thanks for inspiring me, Arch, you, and Kibbs. Also, Monster Prom. Well, I am very happy that I've managed to inspire you somehow. I'm shocked and surprised, frankly. And I wish you all the best. I hope it works out well for you. I hope you get some actual traction going on it. Sandum, Grok, the origins of the Omnicide cult Mechanicum. I would not be surprised if morons start worshipping Grok as a new modern-day religion. Well, if we don't start worshipping it, we will probably have it replace God, at least in the asking for things department. So, Florida Man, 2 options: state-mandated girlfriends or robotic automaton and the quiet erasure of mankind. Yep. We either need to take it seriously, the fact that we are going to see a population collapse, or we're just going to have to sail quietly into ye old night. So, Jard, want to solve population drop? Tax reduction. The more kids, the less tax you pay. Yep, I like that idea. Absolutely. Have a child? 5% less taxes. Have 2, 10, so on. Dean Domino 25. If you want to help increase the marriage rates, one way to help is to go full on Cato the Elder in regards to the family court system. Maybe. Definitely less punitive sanctions against men when it comes to divorces would be quite nice. Dizwiz, we are the only 2 countries which have ministries of women filled with feminists, and you expect us to raise our birth rate? Other ones, Indonesia. Yeah, good luck, Sweden. Good luck. That's kind of strange. How much for the 2 of you to play reverse Turing tests? I don't know what that is. Trify, I do wonder, are the supposedly sex-negative feminists in Scandinavia, especially Sweden, only banning whores because they see themselves being replaced by the Swedish men dating and marrying foreign women, or staying single? It's definitely a portion of that, as you do see a lot of feminists complaining about where have all the good men gone these days, and, well, they're in their basements, jerking it to Amaranth on the internet because you might report them for sexual assault for looking at you a little bit too long. Amaranth may not be perfect, but she's relatively unlikely to accuse you of sexual assault over the internet. Relatively. Revenors, on the Swedish OnlyFans law, it makes it illegal to buy OnlyFans for Swedes, not sell on OnlyFans. It is the same as the prostitution laws, illegal to buy, legal to sell. Well, I believe they, I'm on the street now, but they actually do have made it illegal to sell as well in part, as in nothing can be requested. So if somebody asks for something, you cannot provide it. And they took away the ability to stream, apparently, on OnlyFans for the people there in compliance with Swedish law. So it's a bit of both, it seems like. Harry the Human Substitute Arankar. Boomers like Cruz women are just so empty. No legacy or care to family. I lost my family hope by bad luck. Shit, threw it away. And I hate it. That's very unfortunate. I'm sad to hear that. Worded. Why are even funding women's sports? It's crazy. Nobody even watches. Well, we're funding it because diversity. That's why. Literally, that's why. Marksman. Arch, the doctor isn't wrong. My friend suffered from extreme back pain and it turned out it was full-blown testicular cancer. He lost a testicle, but it's clean now. Something about the nerves caused back pain, and it's the next place the cancer spreads to. Well, there you go. And Grok3 tipped $1. So when my doctor was like, my back hurts, well, your testicles might have overgrown with cancerous cells. He did have a basis for saying so, apparently. Scarf the Strange, you're welcome for the name. Indeed, thank you, Scarfy. Looney Lenny, Sargon can be very hot and very cold in Minnesota. We got -20 in winter, hitting 100 Fahrenheit the last week with 70% humidity. I don't know what that means. Fahrenheit. Nobody uses Fahrenheit. Rubber Legs, 623. Grok, is it true that the British were cowardly at Stamford Bridge and the Vikings were very brave chads undone by perfidious Brits? Yes. Yes, it is. Empty Veins, I made a poor financial decision. I finally bought GW Minis and paint to play my first war game. Fortunately, it's their Middle-earth game, so I don't need nearly as many minis to play a game. Ah, yes, the skirmish one. I've always wanted to give that a try because it does look like a lot of fun, but... W. Anti-Federalist Pain, Iowa goes from over 100, 37.7 Celsius, to -15, 26 Celsius through the year. Weather changes, Europe has no idea. Softies. We go through worse than that, you pussy. We're going out to 30 over here, and we can actually hit the 30 pluses as well. I think the hottest summer I remember here was 42 degrees, which was fucking awful. Now, that's rare, mind you, but it does happen. And the biggest issue, it happens in like a fucking month, where you go from freezing, -0, to +30 in like 30 days. Oh, God, it's murder. Primark, Minnesota has a similar climate and look to Sweden. I hear a lot of Scandinavians move to Minnesota. Perhaps I shall too. Sujar, Durosama interacts with real people on her stream. That would make a good, worthwhile exception everyone would understand. I don't know about that. I think people are good at finding reasons to disagree with exceptions being made to a broad and sweepingly generalized rule, but I do agree that some sort of exception should be made for Neurosama because it obviously doesn't fit under the same criteria as everything else. I'm just not sure what it should be or what it could be. Robleg623, ArchCast. Louise Rosman is currently live with Accursed Farm talking about stopping games. Stop killing games, I'm presuming. And Tizzwiz, I am not Swedish, I am Korean. So good luck, Korea. You're Swedish. Your name is Dizwiz. That's a very Swedish name. That's a very Swedish name, actually. Yeah, no, I don't believe you. I don't even know what that W is. It's probably Swedish Jonas. Yeah, I don't believe you. I do not believe you. Dizwiz is a very Swedish name. If you were Korean, you'd be named like Hang Chulmin or something like that, not Dizwiz. Right, and is that it? Are we? There we are. We are at an end. 2 hours, 27 minutes. We're getting closer to the 2-hour time limit. Closer, but not quite there just yet. Oh. I was going to bring this up too, but I forgot about it in the middle of everything. Yes, it's true. Norway's crown prince, well, kind of. Is he crown prince? I don't think he's the crown prince. Has been accused of, a couple dozen rapes. It happens, it happens. Sometimes you just rape a woman. No fault of your own. It occurs, okay? Otherwise, why would it possibly happen? What was it? 2 cases of rape without intercourse? Oh, right, okay. Right, so in Norway, the definition of rape is any unwanted sexual contact, including kissing. So theoretically, 2 of those rape charges could be him kissing somebody on the cheek. That's rape by the Norwegian standard. 4 cases of sexual assault and 2 cases of bodily harm, according to NBC News. he is not in line for the throne, mind you. He is the son of the crack whore that our actual prince married. Long story, he had a shitty upbringing, clearly, and has terrible taste in women. Although I will say that he did manage to reform his wife pretty well. Considering that Metamarid came from basically a druggy background, she's become a decent royal now. Her children obviously could benefit from a couple beatings here and there, but details. As I said, occasionally a sexual assault just happens in Norway, seeing as kissing can be considered one. And with that, we are at an end. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations. Like Anima Document there. The king, he fell inside her. Yes, that's it. He fell inside of her. Like I said, they all wear gowns at these gala things. It's possible. It is absolutely possible. Have you worn suit pants, the one with a little clasp up front? That could get unzipped by accident. It absolutely could. I have seen hentais with this plot. Good enough for me. But now then, good night, chat. And I hope to see you all again, probably tomorrow. Until then, have a good night.